We are having a day. We're playing Scrap Mechanic, which is a game I deeply adore. It's a very good game. I'm a little down today, but you know, and to be fair, it's kind of uncommon. You won't find me feeling down, so it's just is what it is, unfortunately. But it's okay. We have Scrap Mechanic. I do really like this game. Also, this mesh is really good, I find, for it's really good for that. You gotta obviously be careful. Shit falls. I mean, it's not gonna kill you, but it'll fall and you won't be able to walk until you get it off of you. What was I even saying? Yeah, the mesh is really good for gardens. I have a garden. Yo, Gunsling, how's life? Not great, but it is what it is. What about for you? So no, that's not something we can destroy. I'm surprised some of the... Oh, okay, I see. We definitely need the seeds for the tomatoes. Those are good. This might make the whole thing fall. Yep. And of course, the metal mesh is something we need. These are really useful, these crates here. As you can see, we can literally just excavate the whole thing. That is insane. It literally just went plunk. Plunk. And yeah, we'll pick up these. With those, I typically use them as walls. In bases. It's kind of helpful to keep those in the back burner as, you know, walls, because they're obviously rather spacious, meaning they take up a lot of space. So it's useful for making walls for reasons I don't even really need to get into. They're just nice for making walls because you don't have a bunch of I mean, they take up a lot of space and they're really common, and it's not like wood where it takes a lot of work to get wood. I mean, not that it takes an incredibly immense amount of work. It's just like it's a lot of shit, right? But for here, it's not that difficult. Still got an immense amount of space. We've pretty much gutted the thing. There might be a few extra pieces somewhere around there, but it's not like we absolutely need every piece. Although, at some point, maybe. But as you can see, you can just, like, gut it like that. I'm actually going to see if... Well, we can take the whole wall down. Just do that. I have an interesting feeling about this. Didn't fall as much as I would like it to, but it probably will soon. As you can see, there's just this mesh. The mesh wiring is very useful. Oh, it even picks it up. I didn't know if it would pick up the whole thing, or it would just pick up, you know, what do you call it? Just, what's the word? Just the wood. Because I could have sworn something like that happened before, like it only picked up the wood, but Anyways, yeah, so it really sucks out here. There we go. I was able to knock it off, which is very nice. I just didn't want that in our way. This is probably going to make the whole thing collapse. I give it, like, a couple swings, and the whole thing is going to fall down. That, I mean... It's so interesting how, like, the physics in this game work. I really do like it. Jump over to there. So, I'll try to explain. The reason why we're doing this is because, it's not really easy to get... Well, it's not difficult to get wood, but it's a really time-consuming process. So, in this game, the way you get wood is by breaking trees down and then breaking the logs. It's not, like I said, it's not difficult. They're really common. However, it takes a long-ass time. So, doing this takes a significantly smaller amount of time, and I mean a significantly smaller amount of time, and you get a significantly larger amount of wood. So there's really no reason not to do this. This is the best way to get wood. However, there's not this many houses. I mean, I don't really need a lot of these. There's these, you know what, I wonder if we should take these panels. What do you guys think? The big wooden panels. Hi, Trinity. Get on SAB of admin. I don't know what that means. What does that even mean? Have you heard about possible new top 1 being verified? I don't know what that... I don't play Geometry Dash, like, at all, so not really. I mean, I am interested, though. Like, what new top 1 is there? I think, honestly, top levels are kind of gay. I don't know why anybody really plays them. I think it's kind of stupid, but... Like, I just don't get the whole thing of trying to play difficult levels. It's fucking dumb. It's not impressive, but... I'm actually kind of shocked we haven't broken this whole thing. Oh, wait, maybe it's... How is this even still up? But this, guys, is a game called Scrap Mechanic. The big part of this game isn't really breaking down houses. We're not a demolition mechanic. It is... Well, we kind of can be. But the big part of this is vehicles. Which is, I think, pretty cool. This could... There we go. We're kind of stuck. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, this is... Yeah, as you can see, things get in the way. It's kind of annoying, but... Is this something I can... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, I mean, for the most part, we gutted the house. There's nothing really here. I don't see any pieces of wood, really, that I can take. What's the game about? Oh, you mean this game. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to that idiot in my chat. So this game is about making vehicles and stuff like this. The big thing with this game is just making cars and stuff. This is interesting, because you guys see how terrible my wheels are, right? Like, they just are awful. Oh, hello. These are bots. You can take them on and they'll give you components, which you can use them to make you can make vehicles with the things. You can make a bunch of stuff. Take a break from making levels because sometimes what? You know what? That reminds me, the one part. There's this guy, and I think he's genuine. Like, I'm not saying this like oh, he's got to be retarded. I mean, he genuinely looked retarded. I think he was either like, I don't know, he might have had Down syndrome or something. And to be fair, chat, this is friendly fire, so don't think I'm just being a dick to some autistic person or some like retarded person. Like, I am genuinely. We go over this probably once a stream. I genuinely am autistic. I was diagnosed. It's not me just saying that, like, ooh, blah, blah, blah. I'm autistic. I was diagnosed. So this tard, and again, I'm calling him a tard because 1, it's friendly fire and I can do what I want. 2, I can just do what I want in general. And 3, he's a fucking asshole. He went up to this girl who's in my guitar class and asked her, "Is it pink?" I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I didn't say anything. But if somebody said that to my sister, I'd beat the shit out of them. Like, you don't say that to a woman. That's not cool. How would you feel, Chad, if someone said that to your sister? Is it pink? How would you honestly feel if somebody said that to your sister? Or your mother or your cousin, a female family member? What would you say? I wouldn't give a shit if they have Down syndrome, autism, whatever. I will beat the fuck out of them. You don't say that to a woman. That's not cool. Also, like I said, playing field's kind of even because I myself, you know, am in the spectrum. So it's not like me just relentlessly beating a disabled person. It's a disabled person beating another disabled person because that one disabled person's a fucking bitch. I'm just so pissed about that. Honestly, I'm so pissed about that. Like, you just don't say that to a woman. That's so inappropriate and so fucking weird. Like, again, like, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand is a big part of, like, autism is not knowing social cues. But that's like, oh, you know, I'm not really sure when to speak, or I'm not really sure when to, you know, I'm not really sure how to talk to people. This guy is just a fucking asshole. He's just a genuine retard. Like, you don't say that to people. You don't say that to women. You don't treat women like that. That's not cool. Beat the fuck out of him. Make them have a... Bro, I'm gonna give him another syndrome. That's what I'm saying. That really pissed me off. That made me so angry. Like, somebody was talking to him. It was somebody I was friends with. Do you know what I hate? There's this dude that goes to my school. And I guess I'm kind of friends with him. I don't talk to him that much. I mean, he'll occasionally talk to me, and it's like, hey. But I don't go out of my way to talk to him. He's always taking, like, people's word. Even when they're, like, these people, like, there's somebody I go to school with, and he raped a girl. I used to be friends with him, but I don't talk to him now for obvious reasons. He raped a girl. This is not me sugarcoating it. This is not me joking. He sexually assaulted a girl. Okay? This dude, we told him he did that, and he still is, like, cool with him. He's like, oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. He raped a girl. I don't want to hear it. He raped, I don't forgive rapists. We don't forgive rapists. That's not how you do it, chat. What I will say, I mean, obviously, like, if somebody does something, and it's, like, I mean, there's forgivable... What's the word? There's forgivable crimes and there's unforgivable crimes. You can't how do you forgive somebody for being a rapist? You could forgive somebody for murder. You could, because people people are deeply disturbed and they have motives. But how do you forgive somebody for raping? That's not something you can forgive. That's a horrid evil. Like you cannot forgive somebody for that. That's not a forgivable thing. That's really insane. But I don't like whenever people are like, oh, you know, we gotta be friends to... Well, no, you don't gotta be friends to everybody. He fucking raped somebody. He wasn't friends to the girl he sexually assaulted. I mean, let's be serious, guys. It pisses me off so much. Like, seriously, like, what the fuck? So what's going on in your school? I don't know, man. I don't talk to many people. That's the thing that, like... I don't know. I wonder what kind of... That's actually an interesting question. I wonder what I'm perceived as by you guys. How do you, the audience, perceive me? Just in general, what do you perceive me as? Like, I doubt you perceive me as... Like, I'm curious as to how you guys perceive me. Because, like I said, I have no idea. I don't have any perception of myself, really. I just am that I am. Which is, an interesting... That's taken from the Bible. I think it's an interesting quote. It is, God speaking to Moses. in the desert. I am that I am. Okay. So yeah, this is a really nice. This is probably nice area. I'm gonna put my bed for reaping. Yeah, that's like, so the thing is, I'm a Christian, and I understand that we need to forgive our enemies and forgive people who have wronged us. However, that's like if somebody like steals from you, or God forbid even kills a family member of yours or hurts you. That, like, you can't really forgive somebody for such a deliberate action. There's no like, oh, I wasn't in the right headspace and I just raped someone. Like, that's what the hell? That's not a thing. It is a sick, twisted, thing that you are willing to treat women like that. I don't know, maybe it applies if you were to talk to a priest. If somebody truly wanted forgiveness, then I think they can be forgiven. But the type of person who does something like that, the chances of them actually wanting to be forgiven is, like, insane. These are sick, sadistic people who have no morals and values and just suck. What did you say? I'm doing this so I do not know what you mean. When I mean by perceived, like, whenever you guys think of me, how do you think, like, I exist outside of, like, what do you think of, imagine me as a person, almost? What do you guys think I look like? What do you guys think I do outside of streaming? How am I perceived to you guys? Christian, same. Okay, sorry, there's a pretty big delay on the stream, that's my fault. But yes, I'm a Christian. It's just an interesting question, because I don't know how I'm perceived. And obviously, I'm not one of those people who's vain to the point of caring. It's something that I find interesting. I don't know how you guys perceive me. And I'm curious to know how I am perceived to my viewers, Some of you guys have seen me. Not all of you guys, but some of you guys have seen me. We still have a lot of planks left, so that's good. We can finish up this. And this, I have a feeling this is going to be expanded upon further. I have a really good feeling of that, but until now, we're just going to keep it like this. I think this is good. So we have 4 corners there. This, that. But yeah, I think you guys understand the thing of, like, there's forgivable crimes in the sense that people make mistakes and people do stupid things and people don't understand the full scope of their actions. But how do you just decide you're going to take a woman against her will and take advantage of her? That's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I wasn't in the right headspace, or oh, I had issues. That's like a horrible, unforgivable thing. You can't just go like, oh, it was a mistake. Like, it's not a mistake. You're a bastard. You're a sick person. Okay, and we can even add more. I bet we can get another floor out of this. But I'm so excited. This is such an interesting idea for a house. This is going to be storage. Do that, and then we can place things on top. I mean, in some ways, like, the idea that, or hold on. These aren't, okay. Sorry, I was just saying, in some ways, still, like, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth applies, but maybe it's yeah, I usually in terms of mental, like, hurdles and exercises, I myself resort mentally to the violent action. Like, idealistically, I would not obviously be able to let things go like that. Like, if somebody said something like that to my sister, or to my mother, I don't really give a shit about any of my cousins. Well, actually, maybe a few. But like, if somebody were to say that to somebody that was close to me or a female friend, I would not let that go, and I would probably make it an issue. We'll leave it at that. I think any reasonable man worth his own wits can say that's how things should be handled. Okay, let's take a look here. So I think we're gonna go, what is this? A weld tool. Okay, that's interesting. So, we definitely need cotton, which I don't know how to get. I do know how to get cotton. I don't know where to get cotton yet. Metal block, 1. Grab 2 of those bad boys. I might actually move the craft bot over yonder. When the mercy seat is a-moving, and I think my head is boiling, and in a way I'm yearning to be done with all this measuring of proof, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I really don't like the method of moving this fucking thing over and over and over and over. It's just horrid. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Also, I'm sorry if the chats are delayed. I'm not really. But yes, you can't do that. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Anyway, there was no proof and not a reason why. And the mercy seat is a melting, and I think my head is boiling. And in a way, I'm yearning to be done with all this measuring of proof. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Anyway, there was no proof. And in a way I'm yearning to be done with all this measuring of proof. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And see it is a man, and I think my head is boiling, and in a way I'm yearning to be done with all this. Okay, so our car's back there. What I think we're going to do is we're going to try. Well, first off, we're gonna grab these 2 things. We're gonna pick this up, and ideally, we're gonna place. Okay, I have an idea. This is gonna work so badly, but if we put this here, I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go down. So we should be able to just put this honestly right there. Yes. So as you can see, that just fucking tanks the car. Actually, we don't want this. We want to get like. So again, this is like. In terms of like stupid ideas, this is up there. But what we're genuinely just gonna have to do is make like a long podium. Okay, actually, I don't think this is entirely necessary. If we do this, and then honestly, what do I have that's heavy? We have okay. Wait. I hear stories from the chamber. Christ was born into a manger. So we'll do this. So the idea is we're gonna have this. It's supposed to weigh it down. It's not really doing that, so that's a bad thing. But Okay. Okay, you can see it slowly drop. These guys are supposed to weigh something. Okay. I think maybe if we build forth in this direction a little, that'll do her. Right, chat? I have no idea how this thing is. By the way, by the time I could have, like, we probably could have been home already. This is insane. How heavy is this damn thing? Dude, what the fuck? Okay. Do you guys see this? This is ridiculous. Okay. We're gonna throw this in there now. Okay, we're gonna put it on the back part so it doesn't... Damn it! At this point, I'm just throwing everything at it. Like 60 blocks worth of... Dude, are you joking? This is crazy. Also, again, to explain the whole idea behind this, I'm trying to make... Oh my, okay, well, first off, let's see what happens when we do this. What if I do that? Oh! Okay, I have an idea. First off, we're stuck. That's bad. Okay, what if we do this and give this as much power as we can give it? Okay, I have an idea. I have another idea. Here's the plot, chat. We're gonna cut this off. Cut this off. That should be... I don't know if we... Okay, first off, this is a ridiculous... If we center it, I think we're gonna be genuine. We might be okay if we sort of center our... You'll see. Just you wait. Just you wait, chat. I'm gonna chop this right there. Alright, so the idea is I wanna... And again, this is something stupid, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I'll do it for the fun of it. Okay, I think this could make it a little heavier. Also, I think it would be beneficial to maybe... Okay, first off... Ah! What the fuck? That is insane. Okay, we're gonna take this. I think maybe if we take this up there to here is where we're gonna want it. And if we're gonna pick this up, we're gonna slap it down just right. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling we're just gonna need to walk this back. It's like a pirate ship. Holy fuck. Okay, what we're gonna do. This is the walking in Goofy-ass car. Harry, that. So the idea was just to make the what's the Sigma? That sounds stupid as shit. So the ultimate goal was to make the car be able to support the weight of this large crafting device, right? Obviously the fuck it can't, but that was what we wanted to do. I'm gonna try something here. I don't know if this is gonna work, so I don't think, I mean, as is, there's pretty much no way we're gonna be able to get this up. Actually, we might be able to. I can put it there. However, it would be more fun if I did this, I think, honestly. So what we're gonna do is place down one of these. And again, we can I literally can just place it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go out a little bit. We're gonna place this on there. This is so stupid. Again, there was no reason for me to do that other than just the fun of trying to make something like this work and determining. Because what I will say though is, even I've played this game a little bit in the past, but I'm trying to do a really intensive full playthrough. So stuff like that is helpful because it gives me like ideas of shit to do. So anyways, that guy's up there. That's gonna help us craft. Let's go get our car. You see it as a mountain, and I think my head is boiling. Okay, this is another thing to see if that car actually just moves. Like, let alone... Or sorry, if... Obviously, it's not gonna help transport shit. It's not a very good car, and there was an incredibly immense amount of weight being exerted onto it. So, the notion that it was gonna lift anything was kind of like... it was wishful thinking at best. I was like, oh, that would be interesting. But... Now this is chat. This is where things start to change for the better. It's got a whole working built-in staircase to a relative point. If I move this, it's going to be even. There we go. Chat, you can't deny, this is one of the all-time cars. It's got, like, 10 it's got 10, like, scrap parts. This is one of the cars I've seen in my life. I'll tell you that much, chat. Look at my tree. Oh, I have an idea. I have a fucking idea. Chat. Oh my god. This is so cool. Okay. First off, I love this. This is insane. This is so stupid. So our car is, with air quotes, fixed. It was never that great to start, but at least it's functional. Yeah, can never really function. Okay. This bad boy's right here. So... circuit component. We need cotton. Then we can make the driver's seat. What about 4 tires? Oh, okay. Wood block 1. 2 of those. Nice. I have an insane idea. What if we... oh my... no. Do you guys have an idea as to what I'm doing? This has gotta be... Can I be honest? This is one of the most ridiculous ideas I've ever had in the entirety of my life. But it's so funny. It's kind of compelling, too. This is so stupid! We're making this huge treehouse! So, the big... I want to say the big idea is this tree is gonna literally only be accessible through here. So I mean, this is the way you access the tree if you want to. You gotta go through here. There's not going to be another bridge. This is how you access the tree. Do we not have... We very much have more planks. We have maybe even enough to finish this row, to be honest. So I'm not really sure why it... Or if not even... Not the row, but my general idea for this. At least the current idea. So I don't know if we're even going to be able to fill this much. But, okay, maybe we will. And then, generally what I'll do is I'll try to determine how many blocks we can put up to the tree. Just because it gives us limitations and such. This is getting really close to the ocean, and I think that's cool. Maybe I can... Another idea that I'm just kind of throwing around in my head is one tree can be for... One tree can be for living, and one tree can be for crafting. Oh, this is insane. What the hell? What kind of genius made it? Oh, wait, I know. I'm gonna take my headphones off and listen to music while we talk, chat. I have 2 Laura Branigan epics in this game. You guys probably don't know who that is. Don't you think you're falling? If everybody wants you, why isn't anybody calling? Let's see. Man, I love Laura Branigan. She's great. One of those amazing talents. Impeccable. What we're gonna do is... I think we're gonna slim down our car even further if possible. Actually... Every time I look away to do something, something crazy happens. Like this. Damn it, we gotta do some finagling. Actually, first off... Look at that! We've got... Okay. We gotta rig something. Like, if I put, like, this here, it'll probably keep us from flipping over. I'd rather have more weight at the front than in the back. That's just how you do it, generally. Oh, howdy, partner. What the fuck? What an asshole. Whoa! Brother! What is happening? What the hell? This car... As soon as the car... Oh, you bastard! I think he broke my fucking steering wheel. Alright. Alright. Oh, this song. Every time I hear it. How's your progress in Grievous car? It's not good. Well, it could be worse. Somebody broke our steering wheel. Are the voices in your head? Gloria. If I do this, the car shouldn't move. Yep, that's just what I intended. Very bright. Once you... Why isn't anybody coming? Sonic fast. Sonic is fast. How are you, buddy? How's it gonna go down? Will you meet him on the main line? Oh, will you catch him on the rebound? Will you marry for the money? Take a lover in the afternoon. Feel your innocence slipping away. Don't believe it's coming back soon. We need cotton chat. You really don't remember. Was it something that he said? The voices in your head. We call it Gloria. I love this song. It's one of those just incredible transcendent songs. Originally, it was recorded by a guy named, I think, Umberto. Gloria... Yeah. Umberto Tozzi. I don't like his version very much, to be honest with you. No offense to him. But he's... I mean, I speak a little Italian. He's an Italian singer. And the lyrics aren't as... So, if I remember correctly, so Chet, the song, there's two main. I mean, everybody and their grandmas made a version of Gloria. I think that's just generally a cover people do. The song is called Gloria. Like I said, it's by a man named Umberto Tozzi, Umberto Tozzi. I really like the song itself, but his version, which is the original, he's the original writer. I don't like it. His voice is just okay. But that's nothing against him. He doesn't have a bad voice per se. It's just it is like absolute, and I mean literally, it is dwarfed by Laura Branigan's cover of, because Laura Branigan is incredible. Her voice is insane, and his version of the song is, like I said, it's okay, and it's a good skeleton of what it could become, but she just fills it out so beautifully. It is such a huge sound. It's insane. It's one of those, like, I'm not one of those people who, like, whenever they see a singer, I'm like, wow, that's so impressive, but serious, it's like, it's insane to hear such a powerful song coming from this woman. It's remarkable. She had one of the greatest voices of all. She was insanely talented. One of the greatest voices of all time. Incredible. And I don't get gobsmacked over vocals. It's just not something I can get gobsmacked over because I'm an instrumentalist. I get impressed with, you know, somebody's performance, but not really vocals per se. I mean, I'm like, wow, those vocals are good, and I resonate with them, and I like singing them, but it's difficult for me to say, holy shit, this is an incredible vocal performance. This is a once-in-a-lifetime, probably never to be replicated for all of human history vocal performance. It is so incredibly larger than life. It's just one of those things where I hear it, and I'm like, my fucking goodness, this is something like never before and never again. Do you guys ever get that? Like, you hear something and you're like, this cannot happen again. It's so incredible. I mean, sometimes it's even for good or bad. Something like this is so remarkable in many ways that it can never happen again. Obviously for the good. Also bad, I mean, the fact that there's probably never going to be a voice like that again is disheartening. But it's just, you can't do it. You just can't. Anyways, what I'm just saying is incredible. Like, her voice is incredible. Genuinely, like, it's a song that's going to be played for generations, Gloria, because of her version. If it was just, if just Umberto Tozzi had the version, nobody would know of it. Nobody would think of it. In fact, nobody would know of his version. It was probably, if I recall correctly, it was just a minor hit in, like, a minor dance hit maybe or something. I don't even know in America, maybe just in Italy or in Europe. I mean, it's not a remarkable song as is, but it has the skeleton to become something so incredibly remarkable. And I think that's just how it is with any song. Truly, you could get a song that's alright, and if you get a really nice singer and a really tight band, you can get the unbelievable and the impeccable out of something that is not subpar, but just, it's not remarkable, not extraordinary, not bad, but not, like, earth-shattering. Not something that you'll stop and say, holy shit, this is, like, a gift, right? I get that a lot. Sometimes I hear a song and I'm like, this is a gift for like, it's genuinely, you hear it and you say, this is, like, something larger than life. This is like, just in a genuine moment with God, right? That's how it feels sometimes with music like that. And again, it's not something you'll hear in fucking, you know, everyday music. It's not something you'll hear every day. You can listen to a million songs and you'll be lucky if one strikes you this way, right? And that's what's so neat about just the nuances of performance. Because, I mean, if you were to read the lyrics between her version and Umberto's version, I mean, the same structure is still there to a certain degree. Are you going to play GD? No, I'm talking about something that I care about. Like, if you listen to her version, you'll see, like, okay, well, like, the backbone of, or, like his backbone sort of is put into it, but it's, like, nothing, really. It's nothing compared to what it would become and what it became. It's really remarkable that, I don't know, such a, like, again, not a bad song, but such a just average Europe-y dance song. Like, it has a very European feel to it. It became so popular and was transformed in such a way. I don't know how that even occurred. It's kind of mind-boggling, to be honest, and I've heard that song profusely. I can't put a number on it, but I've listened to Gloria a very, 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 very large amount of times. Gloria is one of those songs that I've almost have, in a sense, a special interest for, where I listen to it, and I just keep listening to it. I keep listening to it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is so remarkable. This is something I've never, you know, I would never dream of hearing. And do you want to hear something crazy? People hate on that song. There's actual people who hate that song. And I am like, that genuinely perturbs me that anyone could hate Gloria. If you hate that song, like, how do you even call yourself a fan of music? You actually have to hate music if you hate that, because it's so. And people are saying, oh, it gets played on the radio, or it got played on the radio too much in the 80s. That would make me love it more, because I don't know if I've it's been years since I've heard it on the radio. If I heard it on the radio, I would probably stop what I'm doing and I would put my full focus into it, because it's such a remarkable song. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, such a beautiful performance from such a beautiful human being. It's just one of those things that you don't get often. You don't get performances like that anymore. We won't get performances like that anymore, just because of the way the music industry has changed. You don't get talent like that anymore. And remarkably, not in a good way, but remarkably, she wasn't even really given that much attention for that song. People heard it and they kind of forgot about it. But it's really a transcendent experience. I can't really describe it as anything other than just pure bliss. It is so incredibly good. I'm talking about Laura Branigan's version of Gloria. And of course, Umberto Tozzi's version's okay. It's okay. I'm going to listen to his now. Do. I mean, okay. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to his version, and I'll tell you, it's very good. Honestly, I downplayed how good of a song this was before, because, honestly, when I first listened to it, truly, when I first listened to it, I had the original song plastered in my head after literally probably a decade of listening to it, right? And what I'll say is my assertion before was, I'd say, far too critically leaning towards the negative of it. And I take, to a certain extent, about the not negativity, but, you know, it's much better than I imagined, much better than I remembered. But I'll explain in a second. Let's discuss this all. Yeah, so we have about a little under a minute left, and then I'll discuss with my lovely viewers that don't give a shit and probably aren't even here about why I love this song, but no, I don't prefer the cover version. I would if I had to pick between this one or the other one, I would never listen to this one again. If I either had to, you know, like. And again, the version I was listening to right now. Brother, we got I Want My MTV on. That's Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. It's a good song. I want my MTV. I want my MTV. So, what I'll say is Umberto Tozzi has in the game Crash. That's fantastic. So his version has an English, because originally it was in it was in Italian, and he has a English version, and it's okay. I mean, it's both. I think the lyrics for the English version are kind of dumb, honestly, if I remember correctly. It doesn't really portray the sense of urgency. That's an insane username. I'm doing okay though. Super Neighbor. Okay, we'll do some deep dive into this. Yeah, so the English lyrics are kind of stupid. I gotta be honest. This is one of the most incredible songs. Genuinely, post-disco. So, interestingly enough, his disco had some influences on punk, which is really cool. I like that a lot. So, yeah, there was this Disco Demolition Night, which is literally the day disco died, sort of. That's insane. Oh, come on. That's retarded. That's okay. Casey and the Sunshine. But who's Wayne Casey? I like this guy. He's cool. This guy's retarded. Man, I gotta say, some people are so stupid. Why would not liking disco be racist? Stupid people. Reagan! Ronald Reagan's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, because, like, I don't know. I want to get, like, an actual decent translation of Umberto Tozzi's, Gloria that doesn't just consist of the English version, because the English version is... That doesn't make sense, because I don't speak Italian that much. We'll do a Google Translate of it. Yeah, the English version is so terrible. It's remarkable. It's actually remarkable. Like, I think maybe that's why I think it's so... Because the lyrics actively make me cringe. Because they're so just terrible. Okay. Okay, well, this just doesn't make sense, to be honest. Let's try the... Let's get a translation of the lyrics, not an English version. I mean, the lyrics aren't so bad. The translation is a little screwy because sometimes, like, there's ways of saying things that are, like, for example, it says, okay, it said something about touching food. What the hell? But what I think it was trying to say is, like, something about not being able to eat without Gloria. Gloria, soy aquí. No. Again, some of these lyrics are translated so badly, I don't know what they mean. So now, I'm gonna listen to Laura Branigan's Gloria, and in a lot of ways, like, this song is so good that I'm actively looking for other versions to hear so I can listen to it for the first time again. That's how truly good it is. It's so amazing that I'm literally looking for different versions of it so I can hear, in some way, a different version of it. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna go. Bye. Again, just one of those songs where I just want to give it a listen and play along. Oh, they're making...